So after derivatives of trig functions, we're going to look at how do we find derivatives of natural log functions. So derivative of natural log. So first rule, it's kind of like a chain rule again, where you take the derivative of something and then you take the derivative of the outside and then derivative of the inside. So here, what is the derivative of ln of x? D over dx of ln x is 1 over x. Okay? Now, it's just 1 over x, but what happens if you have some function u in there, anything besides just x? Well, the reason it's just 1 over x is because the derivative of x is just 1. So technically the derivative is 1 over x times the derivative of the denominator. So the derivative of any function ln of u is 1 over u times u prime times the derivative of the denominator. So let's take a look what that looks like. So we have, find the derivative of the following examples. Let's see, f of x equals ln of x squared minus 3. So the derivative, f prime of x, will be 1 over x squared minus 3 times the derivative of the inside, which is just 2x. Now, if you want to simplify this, and usually we do, now if you multiply these two, remember this is over 1, you get 2x over x squared minus 3. F of x equals ln of 3x squared minus 5x plus 8. So let's say f prime of x, 1 over 3x squared minus 5x plus 8 times the derivative of the inside, 6x minus 5. Final answer, 6x minus 5 over 3x squared minus 5x plus 8. All right, let's look at some more complicated ones. Ln of the square root of x. Remember, anytime we have square root of x, we kind of like to rewrite it. It just makes it a little easier for us. So let's say f prime of x is 1 over rad x times, well, what's the derivative of rad x? Remember, it's x to the 1/2, so that'll be 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. So times 1/2 x to the negative 1/2, which we can rewrite this 1 over rad x times 1 over 2 x to the positive 1/2, or rad x. So now how do we multiply this? Let's see, 1 times 1 is 1. Rad x times 2 times rad x, well, rad x times rad x, add the exponents, that's just x, so you get 1 over 2x. Okay, now we have two terms here, product rule, right? 1d2 plus 2d1. And this is 1 and this is 2. So let's do it. 1 times derivative of the second, well, the derivative of ln of x is 1 over x, plus 2 times the derivative of the first, 2x. You want to rewrite this? We can. We get x squared over x plus 2x ln x, which still can simplify a little further, x plus 2x ln x. Quotient rule. All right, nice easy denominator though. So that's, low d high minus high d low over low squared. Right? We have here's high, here's low. So let's do it. Y prime, low, times the derivative of the top, which is 1 over x, times derivative of x, but we don't need to write that because it's 1, minus high, times the derivative of the bottom is just 1, over low squared, which is x squared. X times 1 over x This simplifies to just 1. 1 minus ln x times 1, which is just ln x, over x squared. Good? All right, next up. Now, notice here we have an inside and outside. This is a chain rule problem. Let's see. F prime of x, 5 ln x to the 4th times, what's the derivative of the inside? Well, that's just 1 over x. So final answer, 5 ln x to the 4th over x. All right. Let's do a couple more. Number 7, cosine ln of x. Okay, so again, inside outside was trig, right? So cosine, derivative of cosine is negative sine. So you get y prime negative sine of ln of x times derivative of the inside, derivative of ln of x, 1 over x, which gives you negative sine ln x over x. Remember, because this is over 1, just multiply. Okay. Next, if f of x equals ln of x and g of x equals sine of x, then determine the derivative of f of g of x to the 5th. So g of x to the 5th is sine of x to the 5th. F of that is, so we're just going to say f of x is going to be, I'm sorry, it's not f of x, it's f of g of x to the 5th is going to be ln of sine x to the 5th. And we have to find the derivative of this. So find d dx, so derivative with respect to x. Well, let's see. It's going to be ln, derivative of ln is 1 over sine x to the 5th times the derivative of the bottom. Remember, it's 1 over u times u prime. So 1 over sine x to the 5th times the derivative of sine x to the 5th. What's the derivative of sine x to the 5th? Well, it's going to be derivative of sine is cosine x to the 5th times the derivative of inside 5x to the 4th. Which gives me as a final answer, let me shrink this down a little bit, derivative is, I'll just write everything in the numerator. We got 5x to the 4th cosine x to the 5th over sine x to the 5th. Cool. All right, so you could skip this next one. You don't have to do number 9. But for tonight also, I'd like you guys to try these 4 down here as well, and I'll post a key for it.